Hi, my name is Will Nunziata, New York City-based director and creator of theater, television, and film, and also proud Phoenix Global Artist Ambassador. Today, I am thrilled to be speaking with the acclaimed composer guitarist, RENE Calvo. For more on RENE, you can read more about him right below this video. And although our interview had some internet connectivity issues, you'll see that the quality of the video is not as good as this intro. I have to say that the quality of this musician and his incredible band, Goddess Lakshmi, the alternative rock band, Goddess Lakshmi, they're all absolutely amazing. And here is a sneak peek of their talent.
There's a dog that's barking, there's a clock ticking on the wall. I can hear them coughing somewhere through the hall. There's a crack in the mirror, what's the image I see? I hope it isn't you, and I pray it isn't me. In the heat of the city, in the dark of the night, there's a crowd in the street where someone broke the light. Did you hear the news? There's a shooter on the run. Cell phone ringing, the match has begun. Oh Lord, there's a sound of gun. A mother's child is killed by another mother's son. Sirens are wailing, everyone you meet is staring at the sky or running down the street.
Well, hello, RENE. How are you?
Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing so much better, RENE, now that I'm speaking with you. And I'm so excited, Mr. Acclaimed composer guitarist of the hit alternative rock band Goddess Lakshmi. I want to know, RENE, the audience got a little sneak peek of your incredible talent, your band's incredible talent. But I want to know for you specifically, where did you grow up and when did you realize that you had a musical gift?
Oh, wow. That's really like the perfect question. Because I grew up in Chelmsford, Massachusetts, and I taught myself to play the guitar. And I was always making up songs, even when I was really young. In fact, little childhood ditties and stuff that friends of mine still remember. And this like carried me through life. I actually, when I came to New York, what I really wanted to do was be a dancer, and that's what I really focused on. I wasn't very good at it.
Wait,
But,
really? What kind of dance?
Postmodern. I was a postmodern dancer in the East Village. I worked with Yoshiko Chuba and a bunch of other of those choreographers from that wave in the 80s.
Wow.
And so, but I was always like, I was interested in theater and I wrote plays, and I always was like cast when I was acting as the guy who played the guitar, whether it was like Festi or Wes Hurley. I was always getting like those kinds of roles, and I would often write music for the roles. And people were always telling me, you really should be a musician, what are you doing in acting, right? And I was like, it just was so easy for me that I just didn't value it. And I thought, like, God, if these guys ever knew how easy it was to write a song, everybody would write songs. It's just like, I thought it was like a secret or something. And eventually, for many years, only like maybe 15 years ago, I had a friend, Denis Sedov. He's a baritone opera singer. He travels all over the world, sings in La Scala, places like that, and here at the Met. And every time he was in town, I was introduced to him through a mutual friend. And every time he was in town, he would like want to come over to my place, the Harlem Flop House, and play music and jam and make songs. And then he was always encouraging me to like record the songs and do something with them and develop them. And finally, I realized that I had a gift. And that's when I was only like, yeah, like 2016. I finally thought, like, man, I've been wasting all this time. I really need to embrace what it is that I can do that's comes to me naturally. And that's when I started like recording and stuff, and working on tunes, and you know, taking some online courses in composition and theory. Not a lot, but mostly working with other musicians and working with band. A guy approached. I was playing a bunch of my originals at a party, and a guy approached me and said, "Hey, do you have a band? If you ever want to start a band, you know, I'll be your bass player." And that was how Goddess Lakshmi first started. It was all three of us were all yogis at the time. This was actually just a duo at first, and then we started. Then we found a drummer, and then we found the Sublime Miss Cosi in in a jazz bar in Harlem called
I love
Paris
it,
Beats.
Renee. But what I also love about your story and the narrative of the coming to the goddess Lakshmi is that you all seem to have stepped into your bliss at the same time. It was almost like the universe was bringing you all together at all different points of each of your lives. But well, when each of you were at like a crossroads, do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
incredibly so. Because I don't know if how much you've explored our music and seen the Sublime Miss Cosi, and just what an incredibly gifted singer she is, and also one of my closest collaborators for a decade. Um, I literally had a song that I wanted to do as a duet. So I literally walked out the door here, went around the corner, walked into Paris Blues. She was sitting there at the bar, and I introduced myself. I asked her if she was a singer. She said yes. I listened to her sing. I said, "Do you want to sing a duet with us?" It was like that easy to find her.
Well, I mean, look at that's the power of the universe. It's the power of the
Yeah,
manifestation. You've been
yeah,
doing it.
and and she has now since moved to Baltimore, and so it's a lot more difficult for us to work. And I've been trying to find another singer, and it's like I can't believe how easy I had it the first time and how hard it is now.
Well, look at, I think when people step into their bliss, right, the universe seems to conspire pretty quickly. And
It's
even,
amazing, right?
well, yeah, and I believe, and I feel like we're on a very similar wavelength in our mindset regarding that. But I really want to lean into something that you said that I'm going to agree to disagree with you about, where you said, you know, I wasted all this time. Where I was thinking while I'm listening to your story and my research of your story is that I think all of the tools that you were putting into your tool belt and arsenal made you that much more prepared when you made the choice to go after the thing that was always easiest to you, your bliss. So I actually think it actually probably made you that much more of a richer artist when you decided to step in to your bliss. Does that make sense?
I agree with you completely.
Anyway, that's my therapist talk or director hat. I have no idea. I love
No,
that
you're
you're wearing a hat, by the way, because I love wearing hats too.
right.
Renee, I want to know, look at, this has obviously been a traumatic 18 months for humans, period. But as artists, and I feel you right now, I feel a certain vibration that I feel very similar to. As someone who is, I can only imagine, extremely sensitive, but also aware of their emotions and others. I'm curious what this time was like for you in terms of A, realizing now more than ever your why statement and why you do what you do, and also B, as we start to open up and get to perform again, what you're most excited about in having that conversation with an audience that can only be done in a live setting.
Well, yeah, I mean, a lot of our tunes were developed as live pieces. In particular, there's this one song, Love. And in the middle of it, there's this, you know, like that's like a 5 minute long monologue, and that we did live for years at Paris Blues, like every Sunday, and we just developed all of this material for this little 5 minute piece. Is like the synthesis of like playing it in front of a live audience over the course of a year before we recorded it. And so there's a lot of you can, you know, like the better you get at songwriting and the better you get at recording, you can do you kind of can synthesize a lot of what happens in front of an audience faster, because you know the path a little bit better. But it never replaces the surprise and the response and the immediacy of like what you get from performing in front of people. So I'm really looking forward to playing live again. I think we're going to start it again as a trio once again, and do like a blues, like jazz kind of act. I've written a bunch of new tunes. I'm possibly considering renaming the band to Strawberry Mouth, you know, because the departure of Miss Cosi really does mark the end of an era. But I don't know. I don't know what the future will bring. You know, hopefully we'll be able to work together again, even if it's remotely, doing like, you know, a lot of bands like work on material via the internet nowadays too. So I don't know. It's kind of a scary time to reinvent yourself, but also like a great opportunity, I think, because you have this pause. It's been strange. You know, like I have a guest house, and it's a restored Victorian townhouse. And so my this place was empty for like a year, and it was just me and the cat. And it felt like I was on like a big empty ship, you know, just like kind of sailing through the pandemic. A nice ship for sure, in a worthy ship. But it was, you know, it was lonely, and I really miss being around people, and I miss all the hugs I get from my yoga buddies and from the kids in the neighborhood. And I think that there's going to be a lot of inspiration in that connection, and a lot of creativity coming out of it.
What I love about you, Renee, is you obviously have never lost your childlike sense of wonder. It's all over your art. It's all over your band. Whether it's we're looking at, you know, Goddess Lakshmi or this new incarnation. But if there's anyone out there who has proven that stepping into the unknown and letting go of the how and letting go of the destination and enjoying the journey, it's you. I mean, you've done it time and time again in your life. So I'm actually extremely excited about what this next stage is for you as an artist, because again, all of these tools that you've picked up from playing, you know, Festi playing the guitar to, you know, Goddess Lakshmi to this next incarnation. I'm really excited for you.
Well, thanks so much, Will. It's
And
appreciated.
I'm a New Yorker. I don't BS.
My motto is never test the water.
Ooh, I'm putting that on my vision board, my friend. Listen, I want to let our audience know for more on the incredible Renee. You can read more about him right below this video. And Renee, I can't wait for all of us to keep up to date with everything you have coming out. I can't wait to hear the songs that you've been working on. And I just can't wait to see what's next from that mastermind of creativity.
Thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing what metamorphosizes with you too.
Thank you. Yes, I have been through a few in my lifetime as well. Even though I'm 37, I like to tell and remind people I feel like I'm 37 going on 90. But you know, I wouldn't have it any other way.
All right, great.
God bless you, Renee, and take care.
Thank you.
Bye.